Look, let's be honest, stakeholder engagement planning sounds about as thrilling as competitive snail racing. But here's the thing, ignoring this crucial step is like building a magnificent sandcastle right before high tide. Your brilliant program will crumble if you don't get the right people on board. Every project has stakeholders, people who can be your biggest cheerleaders or your most formidable roadblocks. If you don't have a plan to engage with them, you're essentially flying blind. The Project Management Institute emphasizes this for a reason. They've seen the carnage of neglected stakeholders. Planning your stakeholder engagement is the bedrock of successful program management. It's the difference between a triumphant victory parade and a quiet, awkward shuffling away from a smoldering ruin. So, before you dive into the exciting bits, take a deep breath, pause, and plan. Trust me on this one. Alright, so we've established that ignoring stakeholder engagement planning is a one-way ticket to Project Failureville. But what is the grand purpose of this seemingly tedious endeavor? The purpose is actually quite sensible, setting your program up for success. It's about developing strategies to effectively engage stakeholders throughout the program lifecycle. Figure out how to deal with people so they help you, not hinder you. Understand who has an interest, what their interest is, and how much power or influence they wield. Proactively manage their expectations and harness their support. This planning process helps you identify the most effective ways to communicate with different stakeholder groups. A solid plan ensures that you're not just shouting into the void, but actually connecting with people in a way that resonates with them. It helps build trust, foster collaboration, and minimize potential negative impacts. Ultimately, the purpose is to create an environment where your program can thrive. Turn potential adversaries into allies. Preventative medicine for your program. It's just smart. You can't just conjure a stakeholder engagement plan out of thin air. You need ingredients, inputs. First up, you need the project charter or program initiation documentation. It tells you what the program is trying to achieve and who the key high-level stakeholders are. Next, you'll need enterprise environmental factors. These factors can heavily influence stakeholder attitudes and their willingness to engage. Then there are the organizational process assets. These are the internal goodies your organization already has. Finally, don't forget the program management plan itself. This document outlines how the program will be executed, monitored, and controlled. These inputs are your building blocks. Get them right, and you're on your way to a plan that actually works. Section 4. The shiny tools of the trade: matrices, maps, and other magical items. You need tools. First up is stakeholder analysis. Identify your stakeholders and analyze their interest, influence, expectations, and potential impact. This often involves creating a stakeholder register. Then we have the Stakeholder Engagement Assessment Matrix. It helps you map where your stakeholders currently are in terms of their engagement and where you need them to be. Another useful tool is the RACI matrix. It clarifies roles and responsibilities for key activities or deliverables. And let's not forget expert judgment. Sometimes the best tool is simply talking to people who know what they're doing. These tools transform your raw data into a coherent, actionable strategy. So embrace the matrix. Section 5. A real-world saga: stakeholder engagement in a healthcare program. Try not to scream. Imagine a large healthcare organization implementing a new electronic health record system. First, who are the stakeholders? Doctors, nurses, IT staff, hospital administrators, patients, and external stakeholders. For the doctors, you might need peer-to-peer advocacy. For nurses, involve them early in the system configuration and workflow design. For administrators, focus on progress reports, budget adherence, and risk management. For IT staff, ensure they have the resources and training needed. For patients, communicate about data security and the benefits of the new system. Each group needs a different approach. The Stakeholder Engagement Assessment Matrix would be invaluable here. Map out where stakeholders currently are and where they need to be. Detail specific actions for each group. Tailored, proactive planning is the only way a program of this complexity stands a chance of succeeding. It's about managing the human element. Section 6. The grand prize and some free advice. The Stakeholder Engagement Plan and tips for not messing it up. What do you actually get? The Stakeholder Engagement Plan. This is your roadmap for interacting with all those important people. It's a living guide for your program's human interactions. This plan should be clear, concise, and actionable. Detail communication methods, frequency, key messages, and assign responsibilities. Now for some tips, start early. Be inclusive. Communication is a two-way street. Actively seek feedback and be prepared to adapt your plans. Remember that stakeholder engagement is not a one-off activity. It's an ongoing process. Be flexible and responsive. Good luck, you'll need it.